Today we're doing Surah Al-Mutaffifin, number 83. We will do the Arabic, then the translation, and then the explanation. So let's start with you, Shazia.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل للمتطففين. Woe to the stinters. In the original, the word mutataffifin has been used, which is derived from tatfif, a word used for an inferior and base thing in Arabic. Terminologically, tatfif is used for giving short weight and short measure fraudulently for the person who acts thus while measuring or weighing, does not defraud another by any substantial amount, but skims small amounts from what is due to every customer gladly, and the poor customer does not know of what and of how much he is being deprived by the seller. الذين إذا اكتالوا على الناس يستوفون. Those who, when they take from others by measure, take their full share. At several places in the Quran, giving of short measure and weight has been condemned, and measuring fully and weighing rightly has been stressed. In Surah Al-An'am, it has been enjoined, you should use a full measure and a just balance. We charge one only with that much responsibility that one can bear. In Surah Bani Israel, it has been said, give full measure when you measure and weigh with even scales. In Surah Ar-Rahman, it has been stressed, do not upset the balance, weigh with equity, and do not give short weight. The people of the Prophet Shuaib, peace be upon him, were punished for the reason that the evil of giving short measure and weight and sorry and weight had become widespread among them, and in spite of his counsel and advice, they did not refrain from it.
Good, thank you. All right, just got a few words for you.
Sure. Can I also add a measure to the list?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Because I think I heard the way she says sometimes was measure, but I just wanted to say it's measure.
So
I
put a few question marks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me go to the.
Yeah. So I guess in my terminology, I was like, okay, what does the word mean? Or if students know that. So the word here, base, it means something different.
Right. I guess base has a lot of meanings, but I believe here it means like a lowly thing. Because I guess a base is something at the bottom. So a base can be something supportive, but it can also be something lowly because it's at the bottom. So something beneath you, or so to speak.
Yeah, something below you. So that thief means something that's undesirable. Undesirable.
I have to admit, I don't know what the stinters means. I guess if that's what a tasfif is there.
Oh. Yeah, big good question mark here. I actually had looked it up last week at some point. Or to stingy.
Oh, it's stingy. Okay. Yeah. I didn't know, because it's not a word a lot of Americans use. It's probably an older word, so.
Well, maybe better to look it up just real quick.
I can go to dictionary.com. Stinter. Oh yeah, it's like stingy. It's like a frugal person.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So my memory hasn't left me just yet.
Yes.
Okay. Next. So the word you identified.
Okay, so repeat after me. It's measure.
Measure.
Yeah, there you go. So I guess the definition of to measure is to, I guess you could use it literally to see how long something is, how many centimeters, how many inches it is. But you could also use it a little more metaphorically to mean it's to take the full account of something, the measure of a person's good deeds, the measure of a person's character.
Jessica, you are probably sitting at a table.
Yeah.
So I can probably ask you, hey, can you measure your table?
Oh yeah, yeah. So
Right,
if I had a ruler, I could measure it.
Right. Yeah. Or you are in a building right now, or I can say like, how tall. How can you measure your building? And that will be a question of height or measure of height.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next.
All right. So the next word is fraudulently. So repeat after me. Fraudulently.
Fraudulently.
Yeah, I'll do it one more time. Fraudulently.
Fraudulently.
Yeah, yeah. That one, I guess that one's a tricky one. It comes from the word fraudulent. Let's just try fraudulent.
Fraudulent.
Yeah, yeah. So so fraudulent means dishonest. If someone is running a fraudulent company, they're running a dishonest company that's stealing from people.
No, a lot of times we say somebody's he's a fraud.
A fraud, yeah, like a con man or a liar.
Oh, that's another good word. Con. Okay, so yeah, somebody con is somebody who's tricking you into something.
Right, it's a trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
All right. So the next word is substantial.
Substantial.
Yeah, substantial. Substantial. That means. Let me think of it.
Sufficient.
Oh, sufficient. Yeah, sufficient.
Mm-hmm. SUFFICIEN. Sufficient, or so no, I used to call it sufficient. How do you say it?
Sufficient.
Okay.
So I guess I looked it up on the dictionary because I guess it's something I know in my head, but it's hard to explain. I guess substantial can also mean a considerable amount or quantity.
Okay. That's better, actually. Considerable.
So I guess if you order some food in a restaurant and someone says that's a substantial amount of food, it's like that's definitely going to be enough food to feed everybody. Like it's a lot, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Next, I've got a question.
So check next to deprived.
Yeah, but she said it perfectly. I was just really happy with that.
Okay. And then there's a question mark over enjoined. So I think in the Quran, usually when it says enjoined, it's like, I think that's meaning it's like the people have been kind of ordered or prescribed to do a thing. It has been enjoined upon you. It's been prescribed for you to do certain things.
I decided to pull a top shelf word that I like. I have always wanted to use this word.
Your time has come.
It's like, who would ever use this word?
Yeah.
Enjoying. So encouraged.
Yeah, encouraged. I think encouraged is a better, because like I guess in day-to-day American English, people don't say Bob was enjoined to go to work, but you know, we do say encouraged. So
Yeah. So, yeah. So encourage. So
Yeah.
I don't think anybody. I have never seen anybody here. I have never heard anybody saying exhorted either, except.
Right.
Okay. Next was the.
Okay. So then there's equity.
Okay. And there's a check mark on bear because she said that correctly too.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay. Yeah. So repeat that one. Next one. Equity. Shazia.
Equity.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I talked over you. Equity.
Equity.
Yeah. So that means being fair, being equal, being just.
Okay. Yeah. Just. Okay. Next.
So the next
What's the
word is short.
Short.
Yeah, short.
Short.
Yeah. So short, I guess a synonym for short is little or small.
Less here.
Less.
Yeah.
If someone
Here.
is short, they are not tall. They are little.
Excuse me. Yeah. Very good. All right. Next, let's go with Shahzeb.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وإذا قالهم أو وزانهم يخسرون. But who, when they measure or weigh for others, give less than their due. ألا يظن أولئك أنهم مبعوثون. Do they not realize that they will be raised to life? ليوم عظيم, on a great day. A great day, the day of resurrection, when all men and jinn will be called to account together in the divine court, and decisions of vital importance will be made pertaining to rewards and punishments. يوم يقوم الناس لرب العالمين. A day when mankind will stand before the Lord of the universe. كلا إن كتاب الفجار لفي سجين. No, no, indeed, verily, the deeds of the wicked are in the record looked up in the prison house. That is, these people locked. That is, these people are wrong in thinking that they will be let off without being called to account when they have committed such and such crimes in the world. The word "sijin" in the original is derived from "sijn", a prison, and the explanation of it that follows shows that it implies the general register in which the actions and deeds of the people worthy of punishment are being record. Are being
All right. So
record.
on the chord, there's ed at the end.
Being recorded.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's start with a question mark.
Okay, so there's pertaining. So that's relating. And then after that, I'll give you time to write that down. Relating. So that's similar to or relating to. And then there's rewards. So repeat after me. Rewards.
Rewards.
Yeah, rewards.
So A will sound like wow. So try again, Shazib.
Rewards.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, good. Thanks.
So a reward is like I guess it's the opposite of a punishment, right? It's a prize for good behavior. Okay, and then the next one is record.
Yeah, good job saying that.
Oh yeah, he said it right. Check mark, right? And then the next one is locked. So repeat after me. Locked.
Locked.
Yeah, and I think he did correct himself as he went through. Yeah, so that's good. So to lock is to the meaning is so specific. It's kind of hard to think of anything else that is a synonym. But to lock the door is is now the door is shut and no one can open it. Keep it closed.
Okay, and then.
Oh, and then there's at the end was that underlined recorded?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and then I think he also corrected himself.
Yeah. So he corrected himself. So that's something we taught in the last class. That it's noun. It's record. When it's verb, it's recorded.
Yeah, or record.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, record versus recorded. Okay. Sania, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question. How will we pronounce a word let OFF? Let off or let off?
Oh, 1 second. We have a request.
Yes, sir.
Will be let off.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Shazib said that off.
Okay. Like so little things. So off, like alif madda, a little bit let off. Okay. All right. So let's go with Khadija.
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wama adraka ma sijjin. And how would you know what the record of the prison house is? Kitabun markum. It is a book inscribed. Wailu yomaizin lil mukazzibin. Woe then to those that give the lie. Allazina yukazzibuna biyawmiddin. Those that give the lie to the day of recompense. Wama yukazzibu.
1 second. Recompense. Jessica, what does that mean?
So that's not something that in American English we say a lot. So I'm just gonna look it up just in case. But it's reward or service, compensation. So I've noticed when the Quran refers to the day of recompense, it's referring to the day of judgment, Yawmiddin. So I guess it's saying the day of judgment or reward or something.
Yeah, and just a side observation. Usually in Arabic, somebody had told me this cheat sheet that mostly when the word ends with noon, that means it's a plural.
Oh, it's like a plural.
In English, we put S at the end, right? Into a lot of words. And then there are some irregular ones. So in Arabic, that's that's a tip somebody gave me. And like here, in the last one, Alladina, you يكذبون بيوم الدين.
Oh yeah, it's Yom Din there. Yeah.
So, but let me now ask you a quick question. You see that Alladina also has a noon, so usually the single is Alladhi, which is the one. Alladina, those. So anyways, so it's like now in English we have S and then it becomes a plural, and then in Arabic you kind of similar parallel, or not similar, but that's the parallel in Arabic. So anyways, Khadija, continue please.
وما يكذب به إلا كل معتد أثيم. Yet none gives the lie to it except the transgressor immersed in sin. إذا تتلى عليه آياتنا قال أساطير الأولين. Who, when our verses are recited to him, says, mere tales of olden times. Kala bal rana kala qulubihim ma kanu yaksibun. No, indeed, the truth is that their hearts have become rusted on account of their evil deeds. That is, they have no good reason for regarding the meting out of rewards and punishments as unreal. What has made them say is this? Is it that their hearts have become rusty because of their sins? Therefore, a thing which is thoroughly reasonable appears unreal and unreasonable to them. The explanation of this rust as given by the Prophet, peace be upon him, is as follows. When a servant commits a sin, it marks a black stain on his heart. If he offers repentance, the stain is washed off. But if he persist in wrongdoing, it's spread over the entire heart.
Okay, yeah, we'll stop here. Okay, just a few questions mark, a few underlines.
Okay, so the first question mark is mere. So mere is like, like what would it be, like simple? I'll look it up just to nothing more than.
Yeah. And it's usually used in Old English for emphasis.
Yeah, it's older words. Same as that word olden. I mean, most Americans will just say old. We won't say olden.
So just tales of older times.
Yeah. All right, and then the next word is metting. If you want to repeat after me, metting.
Betting.
Yeah, so it's like giving out rewards.
Yes, I think when she said meeting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so metting is another kind of like old word that people don't really use anymore. So, and then, go ahead, say.
Yeah, so meting out, to give out.
To distribute.
Distribute, yeah.
Yeah.
Giving. I like that word, distributing. Yeah. Mouthful, but it's a good word.
Yeah, it's a good word. I noticed, I think reasonable should also be underlined before unreasonable. Just a few words before unreasonable.
Same line.
Yeah. So I guess here the E is is long. So repeat after me: reasonable.
Reasonable.
And and then we'll say the next one, which is unreasonable.
Unreasonable.
Yeah. So that comes from the word reason, right? And then reason means logic. So a person who is reasonable is logical, and a person who is unreasonable is not logical. So un usually means like not or the opposite.
So this is actually a very good example. So reasonable versus unreasonable, you can see the word UN is used to say not. And then in the words that Jessica used as meaning are logical versus illogical. So IL there is used to say the same thing, negative. So you can use, there are different words that are used to say no, un, this, okay, ill. Or sometimes we say for possible versus impossible. So I am can also mean no. Okay. Next, let's see here. Sumer.
Kalla innahum ar-rabbihim yawma izin lamajbur. No, indeed, on that day they will be screened off from seeing their Lord. That is, these people will remain deprived of the vision of Allah with which the righteous will be blessed. For further explanation, see. Summa innahum lasalul jahim. And then they shall enter hell. Summa yuqalu hadha allazi kuntum bihi tukazzibun. What thereafter they will be told, this is what you used to give the lie to.
Okay. So one word here so far.
Yeah, so that word is righteous.
Righteous.
Yeah, there you go. So someone who is righteous is moral. They're just.
Okay. So moral. So we, like in the last page, we had used the word just as well as just tales. But there it means emphasis. Here, just means moral. So here the word just means moral. Up here when we had used just tales, that's what for emphasis. There it does not mean moral. Sumer, continue.
Okay, sir. Kalla inna kitab al-abrari lafi illiyin. No, indeed, verily, the deeds of the virtuous shall be in the record of the exalted ones. That is, they are wrong in thinking that there is going to be no meting out of rewards and punishments. Vama adraka ma illiyun. And what do you know what the record of the exalted ones is? Kitabum Marhum. It is a book inscribed. Jash Adul Mukarrabu. Sir, can you up the screen, please? Thank you. Which the angels placed near Allah to safeguard.
Okay, so we'll stop here. One or a couple of words.
Okay, so that one, the first underlined one is virtuous.
Virtuous.
Yes, virtuous. Yeah, so someone who is virtuous, they're also moral. It's very similar to righteous. The word virtuous comes from virtue, and having virtue means having morals. Okay, then there's a check mark next to medding because he said it correctly. And then there's an underline under rewards.
Rewards.
Yeah, rewards.
Wow. So the A will sound more like a wow. So try again, Sumer.
Rewards.
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 Okay.
Yeah, that's good. So rewards are like prizes, as we mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can we mean the word mayor only?
Mayor,
Civil.
yeah, that could be. It depends on context. That's an older English word, so you know, you won't use it in your day-to-day language, anyways. Okay, next, Umar.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inal abra abrari lafi naim. Verily the virtuous shall be in bliss. Alal araiki yanzurun. Resting on resting on coaches, looking around. Tarifu fi wujuhihim nazratul najim naim. You shall see upon their faces the glow of bliss. Yuskuna mir rahikim makhtum. They will be served and drink of the finest sealed wine. One meaning One meaning of the word khatam, khata, khatamu hu misk is that the vessels containing the wine will carry the seal of musk instead of clay or wax. Accordingly, the verse means this will be the choicest kind of wine, which will be superior to the wine following in the canals, flowing in the canals, and it will be served by the attendants of paradise in vessels sealed with musk to the dwellers of paradise. Another meaning can also be when that wine will pass on the threat, its final effect will be of the flavor of musk. Oh, sorry, sir. Throat. Uh, this state is contrary to the wines of the world, which give out an offensive smell as soon as the bottle opens and one feels its horrid, horrid, horrid smell even while drinking, and also when it passes down the throat.
Very good. So a few words.
Okay. So the first word is bliss. Can you repeat after me? Bliss.
Bliss.
Yeah, bliss.
Bliss.
Yeah, it rhymes with kiss. And bliss means pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, next.
Okay, the next word is couches. Can you repeat after me? Couches.
Couches.
One more time. Couches.
Couches.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're saying the word cow, like like the animal with the spots and the horns, cow. But then it's like couch.
Couches.
Yeah. So a couch is like a sofa. It's like a nice chair with cushions. And then once again we have that word bliss.
bliss.
Yeah. And then after that we have finest.
Finest.
Yeah, so fine, or I guess fine is like good or like nice, fine. I guess, what's another way to describe it? Kind of like exquisite.
Best.
Yeah, best. Yeah, best. So it's not just good wine, it's the best wine. All right. The next word is vessels.
Vessels.
Yeah, vessels.
Vessels.
Yeah, so a vessel is like a container, or like a yeah, like a container, I guess, containing the wine. And then I guess you wrote weasels there.
Yeah, that's how he said it.
Oh, okay. And then the next thing is wax.
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 Yeah, so I guess wax is a specific kind of squishy material you can use to make things, or you can have wax in your ears, you know, the squishy stuff that comes out of your ears, which is kind of gross.
The bad stuff in the ear, or the good stuff used in candles.
Yeah, the stuff to make candles. Yeah.
Okay.
The next thing is choicest.
Choicest.
Yeah, choicest.
Choicest.
So, yeah, it comes from the word choice, but I guess choicest means the best. Oh, okay. Goodbye, Khadija. Juma Mubarak.
Juma Mubarak, ma'am.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. All right. The next word is canal.
Canals.
Let's try again. Canal.
Canal.
I think when I'm hearing you say it, it sounds like canal, but I guess it's like canal. How do I describe it? It's like can with the name Al at the end. So like Al, if you know someone named Al, or like Al in algebra. So we'll try to do it one more time. Canal.
Canal.
So your
first
A is better. Your second A needs improvement. So say it a few times on your own, and then we'll give it another try in the next class. So the next word.
Yeah, it might be a thing to practice. But a canal is a body of water. Oh, my internet's apparently unstable, so hopefully I don't freeze here. Okay. And then the next word is dwellers.
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 Yeah, so inhabitants or residents, the people who live in paradise, or just dwellers or people who live somewhere, residents. Okay, the next word is throat.
Throat.
Yeah, so the throat or the neck. But the next word is flavor.
Flavor.
Yeah, so a flavor is a taste. What kind of taste something has, like if you're getting ice cream, it can have chocolate flavor or vanilla flavor. Let's see. Horrid. Repeat after me. Horrid.
Horrid.
Yeah, horrid.
Horrid.
Yeah, so something's horrid. It's awful. I feel like that's a word the British use more. I mean, Americans use it too, but I feel like the British just use it more, especially in Harry Potter. They're like, "Oh, that's just so horrid," you know.
Right.
And I have to go now, but I will say one note. I also remind you guys when you're saying will, It's like to use the W sound, not the V sound. So will. It's not vil. It's will. Like you're whistling, I guess. Will.
Yeah. So you have to be careful of where your teeth touch.
Right, because with V, the bottom lip touches your teeth, but with W, your lips don't touch. If that helps, will. Or your teeth don't touch your lips when you're saying W, will.
Next, Sania.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ختمه مسك وفي ذلك فليتنافس المتنافسون. Whose seal is musk, so let all aspirants aspire after that. ومزاجه من تسنيم, a wine whose mixture is tasneem. Tasneem means height. Thus, tasneem will be a fountain flowing down from a height. أين يشرب بها المقربون, a fountain at which the chosen ones shall drink. إن الذين أجرموا كانوا من الذين آمنوا يضحكون. Behold, the wicked were wont to laugh at the believers.
Okay, so stop here for a minute. Aspirants. Okay, repeat, please.
Aspirants. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Aspirants.
Okay, when you aspire to something, you want to do something. Okay. Okay. Next, one word that I want to just point out for you is the word with a question mark. Do you know this word?
Yes, sir. Tasneem.
Tasneem. And what's your brother's name?
Tahseen.
Tahseen, right? Similar. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay. And then the next word is?
Chosen.
Yeah, and you said chosen, I think. So
Yes, sir.
chosen. Okay. And then there's a W issue. Say that word again.
Yes, sir. Wicked.
Better. Just be, every time you see V, be careful.
Yes,
हम जो उर्दू बोलने वाले हैं, हमारे पास वाव का लफ्ज है, हमारे पास वी के लिए वखरा लफ्ज नहीं है. ओके, सो हम हमेशा वो मुंह पे नहीं चढ़ता. ओके, सो just Jessica आपको दिखाई थी, when you have V, your teeth touch your lips. When you have W, your teeth do not touch your lips. जैसे बंदे ने अगर आपका मुंह भर चला से किसी ऑरेंज के साथ या आम के साथ किसी फ्रूट के साथ, तो आप मुंह बंद नहीं कर सकते हो. तो जब W होता है तो आपका मुंह खुला रहता है आपके. So you know, wicked. So say that again.
Wicked.
Okay. How about this word? I'm going to write one more.
Will.
Will. Okay.
Will. Okay, sir. Will.
Okay. And how about this word?
Winked or winged.
Second one is better. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Go ahead. وَإِذَا مَرَّ.
وَإِذَا مَرُّوا بِهِمْ يَتَغَامَزُونَ. When they passed by them, they winked.
Better.
وَإِذَا انقلبوا إِلَى أَهْلِهِمُ انقلبوا فَكِهِينَ. And when they went back to their families, they went back jesting. Justly. Okay. That is, they returned. They returned home, rejoicing, thinking that they had made fun of such and such a Muslim had passed evil remarks against him and subjected him to ridicule among the people. Ridicule. وَإِذَا رَأَوْهُمْ قَالُوا إِنَّ هَؤُلَاءِ لَضَالُّونَ. And when they saw the believers, they said, Lo, these are the erring, erring ones. That is, they have lost their reason. They have deprived themselves of the gains and enjoyments of the world and have experienced dangers and undergone hardships only for the reason that Muhammad, peace be upon him, has deluded them with the hereafter, heaven and hell. They are giving up whatever is present here on on the false hope that the promise of some paradise has been held out to them after death, and they are enduring the hardships in the present life only for the reason that they have been threatened with some hell in the next world.
Okay, very good. Okay, so let's start from the top again. So, the word with the question mark. Can you say it again?
Went.
Before that.
Okay. Winked.
Winked. Okay. Winked. Okay.
Yes.
So that's the W thing. Next.
Went.
Okay. Went. Went. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next. Ridicule.
Ridicule. Yes.
Okay.
Derived
And
from ridiculous.
ridiculous. Okay. Again, if there's something that is very unbelievable, we say ridiculous. But the verb ridicule means to mockery. When you make fun of somebody. Okay. Okay, next. You corrected this one. A ring.
Okay, sir. A ring.
Very good. Then there was the word with a check mark, undergone. So O sounds like
On.
1 second. So undergone, like on. Turn the switch on or off. So as I was making the movement, I realized that in the US versus Pakistan, on-off positioning is opposite. Okay, so anyways, and let's go to Shahsib.
Okay, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وما أرسلوا عليهم حافظين. They said, so although they had not been appointed watchers over them. In this brief sentence, the mockers and jesters have been given an instructive warning to the effect: even if what the Muslims have believed in is false, they are not harming you at all. They regard something as true and are accordingly adopting a certain moral attitude for themselves, for their own good. Allah has not appointed you to be keepers over them, so that you may be free to criticize, and perse- persecute those who are not harming you in any way. فَالْيَوْمَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنَ الْكُفَّارِ يَضْحَكُونَ. But today the believers are laughing at the unbelievers. عَلَى الْأَرَائِكِ يَنْظُرُونَ. Seated upon their couches, they are looking around.
Okay, so let's go with the first circle. What's that word again?
Watchers.
V versus W का मसला ये.
Watchers.
Watchers. Okay. Watchers. Okay. So okay. Next.
Warning.
Try again. Warning.
Warning.
Okay. So the sound of void. A here sounds more like wow. Warning. Okay. And okay, and then the word here, laughing.
Laughing.
So this is ये इतना बड़ा मसला नहीं है. For example, we say how do you say this word in US versus UK?
Class.
In class in the US and in the UK?
Class.
Again.
Class.
Yeah. Class. Okay. The same thing. In the US, we say laughing. I think the British say laughing. Okay. So that's not that big of a deal. All right. Shazib, finish this surah, please.
هل ثُوِّبَ الْكُفَّارُ مَا كَانُوا يَفْعَلُونَ. Have the unbelievers been duly rewarded for their deeds? Rewarded for their deeds. There is a subtle stare in this sentence. In the world, the disbelievers used to persecute the believers, thinking it was an act of virtue. In the hereafter, the believers will be enjoying life in paradise, and watching the disbelievers being punished in hell. They will say to themselves, what a reward they have earned for their acts of virtue.
Very good. Okay, so let's try again. Start with the first question mark.
Rewarded.
Yeah, so very good. You corrected yourself. Rewarded. W जहाँ भी आए ना, take a pass. ये बहुत देर लगती है इसको आपको फिक्स करते हुए, ठीक करते हुए. Rewarded. Okay. Then the next one.
Here it is.
Oh, sorry. The next one is an underline. Okay. You said versus. Okay. Satire.
Satire.
Okay. Satire means tanas, जैसे उर्दू में लफ्ज होते हैं. If something is humorous, it's funny. Satire or some or tanas is when जैसे उर्दू में कहें किसी को बात लगाना, so satire means that. What you said was, so read the word that you said again.
Stare.
S-T-A-I-R. Okay, usually is plural. Stairs. Okay. What does that mean in Urdu?
Syria.
Very good. And then there's another word with ease. S-T-A-R-E. See, you say it the same way. Stare. So these are homophones. So stare with E. What does that mean? Yeah. Perfect. Okay. And then the next word here is, I'm gonna with a question mark or 2 question marks. What is that?
Believers.
No.
Watching.
Watching. Very good. Okay. Watching. Okay. And then I'm gonna put 1 more question mark here.
Reward.
Alif nahi aayega. Wow ki awaaz aayegi. So try again.
Reward.
Wow.
Reward.
Okay. 1 more word.
Warning.
Warning. Okay. तो वाव की आवाज ए जो है उसके बाद वाव की आएगी. Warning. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna put another check mark at that. What is this word?
Virtue.
Perfect. Okay, ये लफ्ज़ ये भी मुश्किल होता है बोलना. Virtue. Okay. इसमें वी है वर, लेकिन आवाज जो है आई की वीर या वायर नहीं होता है. Virtue. So you are saying it perfectly. So your V is perfect. Your W needs work. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Any questions or any repetitions anybody needs? Sania.
Yes, sir. I have to ask that is there any issue with pronunciation of V and W in UK English?
I don't know actually.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be probably the same issue of V versus W between the two, between US and UK, because V and W are different sounds. Let me give you a quick example actually. How do you say this word?
Dal.
How do you say this letter?
Dal.
Okay. How do you say this letter?
Dal.
Okay. How do you say this name?
David.
So this is Dal. Dal. Yes. David, right? But in English, you don't have this sound. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So when you say, like for example, we have a restaurant, and in our on our menu we have dal. Okay, but people who don't have, they will say, even our menu says the same thing. Okay. So say it again. So how would you, so like if you don't have dal, you will have dal, right? So how would you say this?
Dal.
Okay. So like, hey, can I have a plate of dal? And I'm like, ये बंदा क्या कह रहा है? तो दाल होती है, right? So हमारे पास, आपके पास जो लफ्ज नहीं है, you have to be careful. कि जैसे इंग्लिश में दाल और डाल में it's separate letter नहीं, अगर separate letter नहीं है, सिर्फ D का लफ्ज है. So these sounds usually have to translate to either D or R. Okay. So, but in Urdu we have different sounds. So, and these are good words or everyday words that you can think of. So, for example, I'll also give you. There's a prophet named. What is this word?
Daud.
Okay. The English word for that is David. David?
Yes.
No.
David.
Okay. I think it's David. But anyways, so again, दाल डाल का आप हम दाल और डाल कह सकते हैं, इंग्लिश स्पीकर नहीं कह सकते. ओके. इसी तरह जैसे इंग्लिश स्पीकर वी और डब्ल्यू कह सकते हैं, हम नहीं कह सकते, हमारे लिए मुश्किल होता है. ओके. तो ये आपको आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आपको अपने मसल्स को सही करना पड़ेगा. मसल, you know, like you have to develop your muscle memory. Okay. जब आपके सामने दाल आती है या डाल आती है तो आपकी टंग का जो मसल है, आपकी जो what's tongue in Urdu?
Zuban.
Right? ये भी मसल है ना?
Yes sir.
Okay. लेकिन जब आपके पास सामने दाल आती है, डाल आती है, तो आपकी मसल की मूवमेंट चेंज हो जाती है, फिर आपकी आवाज चेंज हो जाती है. Okay. So same thing, जब V versus W आता है तो आपके मसल चेंज होते हैं. तो ये आपको आहिस्ता आहिस्ता अपनी मसल मेमोरी चेंज करनी पड़ेगी. तो अच्छा जी, अब मैं V बोल रहा हूँ या बोल रही हूँ, और ये versus W. Okay. All right. So we'll stop the recording here. Thank you, everybody. Back.